Uma palavra.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Want it all, I won't leave a breadcrumb. Bitch, what I thought a nigga said something. Thought a nigga said something. G block, all we know is red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum. G block, all we know is red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum. Nigga, all we know is.
Welcome. We have another one. DJ Khaled style here. We're going through some past memories and gonna skip the spoilers because we did it last episode. The topic of the day is masculine men. And I think I'll go through some traits, some lessons, is what we'll do first, because I don't know how long this is gonna take for me. But we'll go through some lessons. I have 5 here that you can either learn the hard or the easy way to come into your own masculine frame, whether you are male or female. I feel like we all have a frame of masculinity that we naturally fit into, personality wise. So knowing that, these 4 lessons will come to you at some point and teach you the ways of the world and the way everything processes and get you more aligned with how to interact with the adult world. I'd say, a lot of times when we're in school, it's kind of like the preparation phase, and then when you actually get out there and have the added responsibilities of adulthood, uh, these uh, these lessons sort of come to you in different ways, and sometimes we have to learn them the hard way. So some of them I did learn the hard way, but nevertheless, this is what life teaches you. Over in Dragon Quest World here, we're still doing memories. So as you can see, they're a little bit older here, Tova and old Mishua, young and Lucina. And then they just find out the dancer girl from the last episode died tragically, but she got her flower that she wanted. So um, we're still doing memories here. And while we're doing memories, I will go ahead and hit you with the first one that you've probably heard a lot of times before. I'm probably beating a dead horse at this time, but our first lesson is that no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to save you, and you know this, I know this. I mean, it's just a fact of life that everyone's got their own bullshit. And I do feel a lot of sonder for other people's problems and whatnot, but there's no denying that I certainly have my own. I mean, for one, this game's not released in English. That's a huge problem. I have to play this damn Switch version with the moon speak that I can't understand. And I love this game so much, man. I probably played this game more than like I don't know, more than I've used the bathroom. I probably got more Dragon Quest 10 hours than bathroom hours in 2024. I would bet that. I would put money on that. But no one's coming to save you. No one is coming to solve your problems. And you'll learn this the more and more you talk about your problems because the best thing you're gonna get when you explain your troubles to someone is, oh man, that's tough. And the worst thing you're gonna get is pretty much no response, and then they'll talk some shit behind your back or something. Usually people aren't willing to lend a hand, and I'm talking like even close friends and family sometimes. They just don't have it in them, mentally, physically, monetarily. And you just have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with whatever situation you're in, and you're just gonna have to pick up a fucking shovel and dig your way out. Just like the rest of us, we have a choice. We have a choice to make ourselves become what we want in our lives, or to wait and maintain the status quo so that someone else can take exactly what we want when they work hard enough for it. Because everybody wants something. Let's not go crazy here. There's nobody here that's just like, yeah, no, I don't want anything. I'm just completely complacent in life, you know? I don't give a fuck. Especially if you're struggling in some way. Um, but that's what makes us human. You know, that's what um that's what makes us feel these emotions so fully. You know, it's the desire. It's the desire. You know, true happiness, I would say, is the absence of desire. It's where you have everything you want. And that's why it's so rare these days, because there's so much in front of our faces. There's so many desires that we have a choice to engage on. I'll tell you, one of my main desires is to beat this boss without using a healing item. But I don't think I did that this time. I don't think I did that this time. We'll see. We'll watch. So this one, I'll go and get back into Dragon Quest time here a little bit before I get into the second lesson. This boss is a solo, one of the solo bosses, which is pretty fun. He's very weak though. I'd say you really only need to be like maybe level 60, 65 or so. I believe right now I'm like level 80 or something. Uh, and this is completely solo fights. Most classes can get the job done. I'd say the one that would probably be a little hard to do with this is probably Priest. Beginning classes there. But I think like 90% of like the 20 classes in this game can get the job done pretty handily. You know, it'd be pretty cool to see it be done with Item Master. I don't play that one a lot, but I feel like that's probably the weakest class. Not the weakest class, but you just need a lot of investment to make it work well. And before you get all your skill points with it, doesn't have a lot of the damage that you need early game. So it might take a little longer with that class. But other than that, he's pretty simple. He doesn't do much besides just hit hard, and I think he buffs himself. So we'll see how this goes. While we go ahead and fight him, I'll give you the second lesson. The second lesson is a little bit more powerful here, a little bit more, you know, uh, empowering, helping you feel like an individual with stake in life. You know, you have to realize this lesson here is important. The lesson is that you make the decisions. No one else makes the decision. It is all you, baby. So, when we're thinking about things like this... Oh yeah, I did do it without using Helion. Holy shit, I fucking wrecked him. So I just did regular attacks at first. So yeah, he's very weak. He is very weak, but... You see what I'm saying here, though? You make all the decisions. I made the decision to sit down and record this. I made a decision to wake up this morning at the time I did. You know, wash your face, make a coffee. You are making all these decisions before you even step out the door. So you have to realize, even with big things in life, when we ask for help, acknowledgement, advice, it's in the end, it's just you. You know, it's just you and your brain. We're all brought on this earth alone, and we're gonna leave alone. So I understand the consulting. Um, and sometimes I even understand the blaming. Oh, there's my alarm. 7 o'clock now. But at the same time, guys, we're responsible for our own decisions because we have to, in the end, we have to make them ourselves. So the blaming is just giving your power away. You don't want to give your power away. The real reason why a lot of guys take massive accountability is for the power. It's all for the power. Because when you take that much accountability for your life and you say it is all my fault, it is all my decision, it instills this quiet focus, this quiet sturdiness that you can use very, very readily to perform better, to breathe better, get more clear-headed, to narrow yourself down to a point, to complete your objectives and goals. See, the massive accountability is a superpower. It's a quirk. And if you really want to go far, we got to stop blaming people. We got to take it all on our own back. No matter what your situation is. I don't care, man. I don't care if you got shitty parents. I don't care if you got shitty friends. I don't care if you got shitty siblings. Don't care. It's all your fault. And guess who's going to get yourself out of this crazy situation? We're going to go back to number one. It's you. It's you. No one's going to pop up in your life and be like, well, I see you're doing bad. Time to turn it around for you. No one's going to do that. It's got to be you first. You first. You make that initiative. Take the lead to form something else around it. Form someone else around it. Or something, But it's always you taking that first step. And don't be afraid to take the first step and make it a super small one. Like, for example, guys, I do music. I make music. But when I first started, I was scared. I had fear because I didn't want it to turn into a job, some sort of horrible thing that I have to do over and over again. And then I get burnt out, and then I hate making music, and I hate music and everything. But I realized that's not the proper way to look at it, You have to think more broadly. And if I already have this fear, there are ways to mitigate it. And I did take a lot of breaks, but the thing is, you just gotta keep going. And recently, the last sort of putting my foot down as far as a step towards the music industry, is that I said I wanna do something musically every day, and it doesn't have to be huge, right? So my stipulation was, oh man, this lag is bad. But anyways, my stipulation was I had to open FL Studio, my digital audio workstation, every day. But that's it. I just had to open it. I just had to open it. I didn't have to make anything. I didn't have to, make a melody or type notes in the keyboard or whatever. I just had to open it. Just had to open it every day. See what's going on there. Maybe open a project file. Listen to a song I made. And naturally, that gave me a lot of progress, but it also took a lot of the weight off of my shoulders. When you have this sort of idea that you're going to be, or rather this delusion really, that you're going to be, a lot bigger than yourself at one point, Like you're going to grow outside of your own body, essentially, at some point. First of all, you have to do a lot when you feel like that and you have this delusion in your head that won't go away. You have to do a lot. You have to. You just have to. And also, it's a lot of pressure. Everything you do has to be incredibly amazing and perfect too. And you have to do a lot. So, as you can see, it's very unsustainable. Regularly, daily, whatever. So my main thing with the we make the decisions, it's like, it's your life, so no one's gonna look at your decision and be like, oh, that's not enough. Kendrick's not gonna be over at your bedside and be like, it's not enough. You just gotta do what you feel like is sustainable for you and what you feel like you could do for the next 10 years. I do feel like I could do this for a while. Sadly, I don't think there's 10 years worth of content in this game. But there are always different games. There are always different games, and I think I will have lessons for the rest of my life to give you guys. So hopefully we can keep this train going for as long as we can here. It is February now, almost Love Day, and I was doing daily uploads for a minute. I didn't realize it was going to stop when it stopped. So I'm slacking a little bit. I'd say I took a couple days off. If you haven't noticed. Um, this one's probably going to be uploaded in the middle of the days off. I just stopped editing. I kept recording daily, but I just stopped editing because I got lazy. So that's the thing. I do open FL Studio every day, but I'm very new to editing. Well, not very new, but very new to editing my own stuff. I have this problem, and maybe it's a good problem, but I have this problem that whenever I'm working for myself, I take a lot of time procrastinating and I'm like, I don't really care about doing it, blah, blah, blah. But whenever I'm working for other people, especially when I'm working for other people creatively for money, I fucking go overdrive on that shit. Like I get that shit done maybe an hour after they give me the job, like it's kind of crazy. So sometimes I'll even like nerf my response time. Like, okay, I finished this, but I'm gonna wait a little bit, take a nap, go eat something, come back, and then survey my work, review it myself to see if it's actually worth sending at this point. Because slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Sometimes it's not all about the speed. Um, and once again, we have to realize that we make the decision of how fast we can go. So whenever someone is rushing you, especially at work, man, it's like the job is gonna get done the way it's gonna get done. I don't care who's trying to get what they need at whatever time they need. You stopped at my place for a service, and my decision is to give you that service at my own pace, where we're not on anybody else's schedule. We're gonna make the decisions about our life from now on, okay, guys? So that was the past and Lucina quest. We're back in the future now, and I believe our next task. Um, oh right, I forgot. She's got the awakening quest. She's got the awakening quest because we're going back to the real world now. This is a pretty good CGI cutscene too. So while Ann Lucina is transforming back into her true self, I'll go on to the third lesson. The third lesson is that some things in life we can't control. And this kind of relates to what I was saying just a couple seconds before about the whole work thing. Like, you can't control when someone comes into your job acting like a belligerent asshole. You can't control that. Now, what you can control is your reaction to that, right? And, you react cool, calm, collected, sometimes even with silence. Like, this is a super funny story where I messed up this guy's drink order, and, basically he blew up on me for like a long while, and he was just going off. Like, I didn't even know what he was saying at one point. I was just nodding and looking at him, and when he was done I just said, so I'm gonna remake this, and I walked away, not responding to any of the belligerent asshole disgusting shit. I literally stared him right in the eyes while he was like, this place is disgusting, I see all the blenders everywhere, and you don't know what you're doing, your monkey's dancing around, I don't understand what, all this bullshit. I just stared there looking at him, walked away, no emotion. And then you remake it, you give it back to him, and then he does the same thing. He does that silence and just walks away, like he's ashamed or something. Like, you had so much to say before, you're not even gonna say like a thank you or anything. But you see, that's the thing. That's the thing. We really don't need input from others. And with a guy like that, I'm actually very glad of his response. Because we teach people how we want to be treated. So that was sort of like a call and response from me and that guy. He saw me, he saw what I did. I took all his bullshit, I stored it within myself. I said, I'm gonna do my job. And then he was like, well, you know what? Maybe I should just let him do his job. And he treated me the exact same way I treated him. Because a lot of times, for me at least, I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times when we get that fire sprayed at us from another individual, we don't have the heart, to kill him with kindness. And me personally, fighting fire with fire, I just don't feel like dealing with the smoke. I don't feel like dealing with the smoke, so it's not something I've ever delved into. But going the opposite direction and killing them with kindness, way too hard. So sometimes we can't control, how people are going to react to us in crazy, unadulterated ways. But we can control our actions. You can't control when 100 people walk in the store at the same time, but you can control your actions. You can just help everybody one at a time and stay calm, not panic. We all have choices. Um, which is the annoying part. It's like what are the dialogue options for if there's some things that there's just, there's no way out of. And you can view it as a limiting belief, or you can view it as a springboard, because sometimes letting go of control can be exactly what we need to relieve our stress. I know a lot of girls love doing this. Um, because sometimes you just want to take a back seat to life, and not make every decision, control every action, all that bullshit. Like, it's not necessary. So, and Lucina's here. She's gonna give us what for. She's gonna fight the shit out of us. Don't worry, we're ready, we're ready. I don't think she's gonna fight us here, though. I think they're just gonna kill a guy and then they're gonna go. The boss is somewhere else. So this is the guy that helped us get through the waterway to help save Ann Lucina in the first place, so. Of course he has to get some punishment for helping us through the story, which is very sad. I like his outfit. Probably had a good old life. We've been going for a little bit here, so I think I'll go ahead and end it after this cutscene. I'll get the rest of the goals out later. The goals. Rest of the lessons out later. Whatever they're called. You know what? Actually, I think I only have 2 more lessons here. I said I have 5, right? So I'll just do the last 2 for this. My last 2 lessons are you need goals so you can control the lock-in. We always control the lock-in. See, this is some things we can't control, but what we can control is our ability to lock in. Like, you know what you need to do every day. If you don't have a purpose, you know how to find your purpose, because I did an episode on that. But if you know what your future wants to look like, if you know what you want your future to look like, just take a step toward it every day, every day. These days can seem endlessly long or impossibly short, depending on how we spend them. So, don't waste one. Whatever you can, just take a step, and then another step. Because we have a choice. We always have a choice to make one step towards the life that we want. And when we don't make that step, we're choosing this current life. So if you like where you are, then keep on doing the same thing. Keep on going to work, coming home, watching Netflix, playing video games. Don't change anything if you choose it. Because what we're not changing, we're choosing. but I know you guys want to lock in. It's fulfilling, it's strategic, and it helps creep away on the desires of life. Because the absence of desires is where we all want to be, just there, just living, enjoying the moment, not sitting in a moment with a burger in your hand and being like, damn, I wish I had a chicken sandwich. Like, who does that? Who does that? Nobody. So why would you be in one moment wishing you were in another moment? You got to enjoy right where you are. And the last one, it kind of hits hard for me because this is something that I've done for a while that I'm really trying to solve. And, it's always a journey, honestly, to just get through. But the last lesson is that you can't be double-faced as a man. You can't fuck with that liar shit, that two-faced shit, that act one way, around one person, act another way around another person. You got to be authentic, Got to be authentic. And through most of my high school days, maybe even like a lot of college, adulthood days, I've been very depressed, been very unhappy, and I don't like to show that. I actually like to show the opposite of that because I just like the reactions that I get from people. And lately, I've just been becoming like sort of like an authentic version of that, but not really. I had to find out where I want to be in the span of it because I realized through all my training, through all of my life experiences, that I kind of cater to people to how I think they would like my response to be in most situations. And it's fine, I guess, to do this at work. I mean, you are being paid to be there, but I notice it like even around my friends. Like, I don't really have these opinions or really ride the fence like this or care this much about all the shit that they're talking about. But at the same time, I really like delve into that. I delve into the just the pandering, and there's sometimes there's just no reason. Sometimes there's just no reason to act like you care about something that you don't care about. And I have that problem, just being respectful of people's interests, um, being respectful of people's time. But that's the thing, guys. When you're respectful of everyone else's time, it's very easy for someone to be disrespectful for yours. So know yourself, advocate for yourself, and really decide how you want to be. For me, that decision has just taken a while because there's so many different pieces from so many different people that I want to take into my own personality. Um, and it's a slow process of learning what I want to keep and what I want to discard. And the methods I'm using for this process is mostly just the ghosting, the being within myself, because I feel like you have to kill yourself to revive yourself. So, in that way, I am shedding all the layers of my social circle in order to build it back into something that I actually want to engage with. Because it came to the point where I realized that I don't actually engage with my social circle. They all engage with me. Like, I don't reach out to people and ask for their opinions on things or ask them to go places with me. I just kind of accept the invites that I'm given and the invitations that I receive, and I'm like, yes, of course I'll do that for you because you are friend, and friend do thing for other friend. But what do I actually want to do? Like, do I want friends? Probably not. Probably not. If it's been, what, 20, 28, almost 29 years of life, and I can count on one hand the amount of things that I've planned myself and invited people to, and I can count on one finger how many times I've actually had a genuine good time, through all of it and it went the way I wanted it to, yeah, maybe I don't want friends. And that's okay. We're all different. We're all weirdos, you know? They're not for everybody. It's just like, you know, I don't know, a piece of cake or something. Not everybody likes cake. You don't have to like cake if you don't like cake. So we're going to do the last dungeon next episode. As you can see here, we went back to the prologue, which is pretty cool. I do like this area. Same enemies and everything, it's just nighttime permanently. Because the world is ending. Don't you love that? Don't you love that? So yeah, next time we will get into this big old dungeon. It's gonna be a fun place. There are a couple of bosses as well we're gonna fight. Yeah, we're gonna teach Ann Lucina a lesson here. We're at the end of version 2.0. Teach her how to be a good girl. We all need these lessons. We all need these lessons. I hope you guys enjoyed these 5 lessons that I had for you today. Hope you're having a good whatever day I upload this on. And I think that's where we're ending it. I think I might split this into 2 parts, maybe. Make these a little shorter. And don't forget to like the video. Go ahead and drop a little subscribe if you want. I would appreciate it. And next time, going into the Cave of Creation. I don't know what we'll talk about then, but I know it'll be wonderful.